it's an important tool to promote gender equality in the sense that, first of all, it can do something for awareness raising, because I think we all know that there is a contradiction between the legal framework of equality and the implementation of equality. And I think that the Gender Equality Index is an important tool to make that evident that we have to do something, because we all know that a lot of women are discriminated in the real life in all member states, as well at the level of the European Union. And in this respect, I think that EIGE did a wonderful work to work on this equality index, and it will help us to put equality between women and men again on the agenda as a priority.
I think it's got a lot of benefits for policymakers because it enables them to identify, at least in broad terms, the vulnerable areas of gender inequality, and to extrapolate from that some of the policy development that they need to be thinking about. Well, I'm a social partner, a trade unionist, so the real use is identifying where women have not gained equality, particularly in the labour market.
Well, I think that now, especially member states, can measure better their own things and see how big their gap is, and look to other countries, how big is the gap there, so that they know, well, there has been a lot of work to do. The most important thing, I think, is that I can go with this instrument to governments and say, well, please use it. I gave them now a good instrument.
And we want politicians to use this, the index for debating, so we can identify together the challenges within the many policy areas which have not been discussed from gender perspective.
I can say on the example of Poland that we use gender statistical disaggregated data into introducing new measures. Gathering the data is actually very, very important to not only address amendments to the old laws, but also introduce new laws or sign any kind of international document.
So I hope that all the numbers, all the data will be available in an easy tool online, for instance, which you can easily access and make country comparisons in a better and more efficient way.
So I think comparability of gender equality in the countries is very important. And to monitor it on a regular basis, like every 2 years, will show us the progress or the reduction or the diminishing of gender equality. And in times of crisis, like, you have different contexts all the time, you can see what happens to gender equality, what happens to work and women and men, what happens in the sphere of finances, what happens in the sphere of education. So I really think it's important to have a monitoring instrument on gender equality.
I need to have a quick picture of what's happening around, not only in my own country, what's happening in the other countries. It's a way to even to follow better European strategies about gender equality.
It's a very important thing to find hard facts and figures to prove that things are changing and the equality is something that is beneficial for everybody, not only for a small bunch of crazy feminists.
Ci dobbiamo porre il problema di ampliare l'informazione statistica di genere in Europa, perché solo avendo un'informazione statistica ufficiale, adeguata, che risponda proprio alle esigenze fondamentali della gender equality, che si possono condurre politiche di genere adeguate. Urge tantissimo la questione della violenza. Penso che sia ora che su questo terreno, forse anche il Gender Institute chieda a gran voce che quest'area sia colmata attraverso un impegno da parte di tutti gli istituti nazionali di statistica e di Eurostat.